Hey all, and welcome to today's Naviate Feature of the Week video. Today I'll be demonstrating Family Browser to you all. And so the Family Browser is part of the Accelerate tool set. So I'll go ahead and navigate to my Naviate Accelerate tab. It'll be here under the Families heading. And so I'll go ahead and click on Family Browser. And I'll get this pop-up. Now, before I go ahead and show you guys the various features, one thing you should know is that this browser dialog box I can keep open while I am actually working. And I can go ahead and open up different views, and I can model as I normally would, all while having this open on another screen. For demonstration purposes, I'm leaving it here on my main screen, but if you have two or three monitors, it's always kind of a neat thing to have, especially when you're populating your drawings to have on the side so you can load in and different families. Um, However, one thing I'll showcase is that it's not just limited to loading in features. Um, some of the coolest things about our Naviate family browser is that I can already look to see what families are currently loaded into my families by clicking on this tab here, and then scrolling down through my various categories. Let's go ahead and look at furniture. And then here I can see all of the furniture that's currently loaded into my project. Now I'll go back over here into folders, and if I can direct your attention to this boxed area here, this is where I can have all of my content folder locations listed. So if you have, let's say for example, out of the box Revit content plus families created specifically for your firm, and those are in different folder locations, you can have them all listed here, so you have quick access to all of your various um, content types. This feature is also kind of cool for um, firms that are international, and so they'll need to have um, metric versus imperial um, unit-based families. So all of that can be listed here, and you can go ahead and add any others by selecting here under select folder, navigate to your folder directory. For example, I'll just use this German one here, select folder, and now I have my US based versus German based content. Now, when I click on one and I expand, take note of two different, take note that here I have all of my folders within that folder. Also, those folders will be listed here. So the more I navigate further into my content drive, this will automatically update here in the preview um, to the right. One of my favorite things about this is that I can get a preview of what the family looks like and also a preview of the different types and their descriptions by just hovering over the family. I can either collapse all of these. So these, what's shown here, the bed seating, these are folders within my furniture folder. So it shows me what's in my main directory and then what's in the lower folders in my directory as well, and I can expand them all so I can see all of the families within that folder, or I can collapse them all and just look at a specific type. So for example, we'll focus here on beds, right? Now, let's say for example, I want to load in a bed so that I can place into my drawing. There's a couple ways I can do it. I can either click and drag, and that will automatically load in my family as well as activate the family tool so that I can go ahead and just start placing my family. Or I can go ahead and right click and then load family, and that'll also load it in as well. Um, However, if you'll notice, I'm still activated as my um, bed boxed family here. I don't have my bunk, so um, to get my bunk, I can double click, and that will automatically set me up. One thing to note also is if you click on something that's already loaded in, you'll get this nice indicator here at the bottom that's green that tells you that it already exists within the project. If I go ahead and um, if I wanted to, I can change some of the parameters prior to um, I'm sorry, not change them, but I can see what the parameters to each type are prior to loading them in. If I wanted to make a change to any of those parameters beforehand, I could go ahead, right click and say edit family. It'll bring me into my edit family mode and I can make those changes. All right. And that is all for this demonstration on the um, family browser tool. Hope that was insightful and you learned a thing or two from this video. Thanks again.